Thank you.
All right, Rick. Yeah, well, I'll see you. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
They have signed something.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Give me a call.
All right. I'll talk to you.
They did.
Got all these old biddies there, bitches on some of you.
Meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please turn off electronic equipment as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker.
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg.
I'm here.
We have before us for approval the minutes of our meetings for July 7th.
I'll make a minute. We approve those.
I'll second that motion.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
We will now open for public comment. You have 3 minutes to speak on any subject.
Stephen Altman, 9003 Amherst Avenue, Margate. As you all know, I'm a big fan of beach block parking for everybody, but that's not why I'm speaking today. I think I have a much more serious discussion. As you all know, I live at 9003 Amherst. A house next door to me, 9001, was elevated and reconstructed. I call it the monster, but that's lovingly. The problem that I want to raise is that almost every day I would get up in the morning, go to the side of my house between these two properties, and have to get workmen off of my property. Once the fence came down between our houses, I would have ladders on my property. I had cement debris on my property. We had lumber that actually fell off the roofing and nearly hit a woman and her dog walking on the sidewalk. We've had nail guns misfired onto my property. And of course, when they were roofing and putting up siding, there were all kinds of nails that ended up on my property. The 18th of this month, a Monday, I walked into my kitchen to make coffee and found my neighbor's landscaper putting watering, what do you call it? Irrigation, yeah, on my property, through my garden. Now, I've lost 3-4 plants because of workmen just walking on my property. Because these folks were from out of town, they weren't here from the moment their house was elevated until this summer. There was no general supervision, so if I would come out, I'd have to talk to whoever was on the ladder and no supervision. What I think would be for the commission to consider an ordinance where if you are elevating a house, that there be some sort of significant fencing that would have to go up between properties. Now, at one point, I was able to get one of the workers to put up this black fabric that you sometimes see at construction sites. And in the first windstorm, that ended up in all my trees and had to be cut down. I really think that this is a significant issue. The last thing I'm going to suggest is that with all the concern about education in Margate and young families, these kinds of houses going up 3 stories are not going to attract future young families. And it's a problem that we ought to consider besides parking and water and all that.
Agreed.
Thank you, sir.
Steve, anytime you have a problem, call code enforcement. They'll be there very shortly to take care of that. The contractors are to maintain a clean, neat, and unobtrusive job site. So that should be, anytime that happens, just call code enforcement, okay?
Okay. 302 North Union, which also abuts my property, is going up in September. And I'll probably have Steve over my house for coffee in the morning.
And that's what he's there for.
But I seriously, I think some
You made your
consideration...
point, Steve. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, can I be presumptuous and say that you didn't have a chance to read the headline article of the Current by Nanette? Is that a good guess, Mayor? Good guess?
I'll never tell, John.
You'll never tell. But your cohort, Mayor, his Goomba Paisan, Giacomo Jimbo Alivio, has a really bad case of agita. And you know where he got this case from, Mayor? You know where he contracted agita? Any idea? He got it from you, Mayor, because you're up to your old antics, Mayor, of peddling nepotism. And when you get the board president, your hand-picked gopher to be bent out of shape,
Don't even know.
then I think it's time that this board, this commission, stop sitting here like two bumps on a log. We can't pander to nepotism. And if you want to pander to nepotism, you go ahead and do it. But it's against the school board regulations.
Mayor, through you, may I make a comment?
Stop the clock, Mayor. Stop the clock.
Happy to, because you're going to
Let
get...
him
John,
comment
John,
his heart's content.
John, you remember 2 weeks ago when you were hollering and screaming about
Yes.
something that you were incorrect with?
That's right.
Well, you're incorrect.
I like to remind myself of my humanity.
John, that's 2 out of 3 weeks that you're incorrect.
Well, it
Now,
keeps me humble, Mayor, and I have much to be humble about. Go ahead.
John, it was misstated in that article that it's the mayor's niece. That's not true. And just hear me out. Tracy Santoro is my niece, and she's been on the school board way before I had the honor to have this job as a commissioner in the city of Margate. And believe me, that's not nepotism. She sat on that board for years before I came on board here. And I wouldn't want to hurt her in any way as being a board member, because I happen to think she has great credentials and does a great job on the board. And I do not interfere with the school board, as neither does Commissioner Blumberg or Mayor Becker, because it's an autonomous board. So please understand that it's not the mayor's niece, it's my niece.
Oh, then you stand...
Hold on, John, I'm starting the clock, but I'll allow you to make an apology not on the clock.
No, I'm quoting from the paper, and I have utmost confidence...
Now you've been enlightened.
...in the Current. Now that I've been enlightened, I'll retract those statements.
Is that an apology?
Is that an apology?
That's the closest thing you're going to get to it. And I'll set for 1 week. Keep the minute and a half.
You're leaving early tonight, John.
We got it. That's it. Let him go.
Any other public comment?
Yeah, Steve Giesecke, 112 North Lancaster Avenue. Speaking on behalf of the Sustainable Green Team. At the Beach Fest, Captain Tom Moore owns a charter boat Teal, which is docked right in front of Sophia's. He came up to us with the request that he wanted to start a back bay cleanup. And at the Ventnor meeting, we had a meeting afterwards to discuss this, and I think I sent you the minutes. Would you recall?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So this will be a pretty big event. This will be in September, and right now we have people from Atlantic City and Ventnor and probably Longport, and it can, who knows how big this thing can get. In talking to, we went to a couple areas. Rachel Scott is going to have her own cleanup coming up in a couple weeks, or next week, I think it is, next Friday. So I just want to announce this to see, we may need, maybe when we start, if we bring trash back, we may have to work with the city to remove some trash. And I think this would be a big, a good way of trying to tell the people about sustainability and trying to keep our beaches clean, because we're trying real hard to educate the public on this, and that's our job. So that's it. Any questions on the cleanup?
Can I ask a question, Mayor?
You may.
You guys are going to focus not on the beaches. Our beaches are really clean this time of year. You're talking about the bay side.
We're talking about the bay.
Base, go ahead.
Okay, and so you want the city's assistance in some way?
Not asking for the city's assistance. We may need, if we go out with a lot of boats and bring back trash, like we're going to have staging areas, like Atlantic City's going to have Gardner's Basin and the Albany Avenue Boat Dock. Ventnor may have the rowing club. Longport may have their dock behind, and the Teal is going to use his dock as a staging area. So we're just trying to think ahead to find out if we may need a dumpster or something,
Steve,
or some way to...
we've already had this conversation, and we'll just stay in touch, and we'll help you. We'll be happy to do that.
Okay. That's it. Good job.
Okay. Anyone else? Public comment? Is a motion to close public comment?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second. Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Is there any, we'll open public comment on resolutions, I believe. Is there any public comment on any of the resolutions? Is there a motion to close public comment?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Johanna?
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 17-2016?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 132, 2016?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I would like a motion for a consent agenda for resolution number 133 through 137, tax lien redemptions for Block 121, Lot 20, Block 429.02, Lot 8, Block 710.05, Lot 15, Block 709.02, Lot 51, Block 710.01, Lot 14.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion for resolution number 138, authorizing grace period extension.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion for resolution number 139, 2016, authorizing change order number 4.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
A motion for resolution number 140, 2016, authorizing application for cooperative purchasing.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
A motion for resolution number 141, 2016, authorizing award of contract to ElectroQuest for electrical engineering and safety.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? I think we just set a record.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
Mark, I forgot to fill you in on that electric West thing.
Okay.